This clip was shot when the pandemic just started, so me and my housemates were thinking of ways to defeat boredom while still staying at home. Right after that moment, we decided to chip in for a new table tennis table and also purchase each of ourselves a professional table tennis bat. Ever since then, we played table tennis almost every day and have gotten pretty good at it. I mean, good enough to beat everyone at the office or house parties. The only problem is that we never joined a table tennis club or had any coaching, so our playing style and form is a bit unorthodoxy. And that's how this idea started. Imagine if you can attach a microcontroller with a gyro sensor equipped with AI trained to classify the different types of shot you can make and tell you whether your form is good or bad. That sounds like a coach to me. Or is it? Let's find out. I 3D printed the prototype using a flexible TPU material. Links for the STL files and documentation is in the description below. Now glue the two parts together. We will use this boost converter to supply 5V to the Arduino Nano sense. Mount the electronic components to the TPU case. Slide the battery to the battery compartment. Cut the battery wires about 3 to 4 centimeters in length and solder it to the input terminal of the boost converter. Make sure when you cut the wires, cut it individually, otherwise you will short the battery and that's not good. Connect the 5V output from the boost converter to the voltage input of the Arduino Nano. If everything's soldered correctly, you should be able to see a blinking LED after you toggle the power switch from the boost converter. Now plug in your Arduino via micro USB to your PC and follow the instructions in this GitHub page. You can find link to this page in the description box below. This page will include the guide for you to install the Arduino IDE, install the drivers, and the libraries necessary to make this project work. After you finish uploading the code to the Arduino, go to the Tiny Motion Trainer website, launch experiment, start new project, and then connect Bluetooth to the Arduino. Now adjust the capture threshold, which is the minimum motion required to trigger the data capture. We need to set this number high enough so that it will not trigger when we swing back the table tennis bat, but also not too high so that we can trigger it when we want to. Now name all the type of shots you want the AI to be able to classify. I also added forehand bat form, which is basically any type of forehand shots with not enough arm acceleration to apply topspin to the ball. So a smash and a punch fall into this category. After you finish capturing all the data, it's time to train your model. You can adjust the number of epochs, which is the number of passes of the entire training dataset the machine learning algorithm has completed. We will leave it to 100 because we can stop the training when the model stops improving. This process will take about 2 to 5 minutes. Now let's test the model. As you can see, the device can correctly tell what kind of shot am I making. If you're satisfied with the model, you can save it so that you can open it back anytime you want. Now let's test it in the real world. Let's start with forehand topspin. Now I will mix it with bat form forehand. Now backhand punch. One small problem is that sometimes I cannot trigger the device when I don't make enough motion. Now let's try backhand topspin. Most of the time this device cannot recognize my backhand topspin because I cannot apply enough motion and my backhand topspin is still not good. The backhand flick is also one area that I struggle with, but the device is still able to sometimes classify that with 50 to 60% confidence rate. This model is very good at classifying my chops and pushes. Now let's try some punches and smashes, which should be considered as a forehand bat form. So some of you might be wondering how heavy this device is and does it affect the game? So the device weighs 32 grams and my bat weighs 187 grams, which makes it 219 grams in total. From my experience, it doesn't make the bat feel heavier because the weight is on the rear of the handle. Overall, I can say that this project is a success, considering that this is the first iteration. Probably the biggest problem to the device is that it is not able to recognize low impact shots or block shots. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any advice or ideas for me to make the second iteration of this project. Or maybe I should make this device compatible for shake hand bat. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.